And a wave of emerging players continues to rise, a clear sign that our pathways system is working. 11 first-time winners this season, and players like Ben Griffin, Andrew Novak, Jacob Bridgman, Chris Gotterup, and Aldrich Potgieter establishing themselves.
He doesn't know it. That is what players are saying about Jay Monahan right now. The PGA Tour is on fire. The fury is real, and it is happening in 2026. This is not one mistake. This is a pile of changes. The Tour Championship format just got flipped. All players now start at even par instead of staggered strokes. The merger with LIV and PIF is still stuck. Rules keep changing. Players feel betrayed. The sport they knew is being rewritten. And if you want more stories like this, use the hype feature and give this video some hype while we break down what really happened. Let me tell you why the PGA Tour world is exploding. Jay Monahan is a lame duck commissioner. He is leaving at the end of 2026. Brian Rolapp is the new CEO. Rolapp came from the NFL. He knows TV. He knows business. Tiger Woods helped pick him. That tells you something. The tour is not member-run anymore. It is run like a corporation. Rolapp calls his plan parity, simplicity, and scarcity. Players hear one word, scarcity. That means fewer chances, fewer tournaments, fewer spots, fewer jobs. The tour is cutting everything. This is not the tour players signed up for. Rolapp is called a wartime CEO. That means he makes big decisions fast. He does not ask permission. The old tour was cooperative. Everyone had a say. Now it feels like orders from the top. Players do not like it. They feel powerless. The leadership is trying to save the sport, but it feels like control, not partnership. Trust is breaking. The shift happened because of LIV. The Saudi-backed league forced the tour to react. Now the reaction has become the new normal. Players wonder if the cure is worse than the disease. The Tour Championship change lit the fuse. For years, the Tour used starting strokes. The points leader started at 10 under par. The 30th place player started at even par. Everyone else was somewhere in between. That rewarded the whole season. The best player all year had an advantage. It made sense. Now that is gone. In 2026, all 30 players started even par. It is just a 4-day tournament. The winner of that week wins the FedEx Cup. The season does not matter as much anymore. Keegan Bradley called it really silly. He is the 2025 Ryder Cup captain. He respects tradition. Bradley has two big problems with this. First, it kills the regular season. A player could win 6 times, dominate all year, then start the Tour Championship tied with someone who barely made the top 30. That is not fair. It turns the season into a crapshoot. One bad week and you lose everything, your whole year means nothing. Second, Bradley says the tour is tricking up the golf course. Under the old format, the leader started at 10 under. The winning score could be 20 or 25 under. That was fine. Now everyone starts at even par. The tour does not want the champion winning at 25 under. It looks bad. So they make East Lake harder. They narrow the fairways. They grow the rough longer. They dry out the greens. They force a specific score. Bradley says this is wrong. The course should test skill naturally, not be manipulated for TV. The tour is prioritizing a number over the game itself. The data backs Bradley up. In past tour championships, the winner of the starting strokes format was often different from the player who shot the lowest gross score. That means the season mattered. Now the tour is saying August is everything. March and April do not count. For grinders who make cuts and earn points all year, this is a betrayal. The tour used to reward consistency. Now it rewards getting hot at the right time. That is not meritocracy. That is entertainment. The casual fan might understand it better, but the hardcore player base feels abandoned. The returning member program made it worse. In January 2026, the tour announced a pathway for LIV players to come back. Brooks Koepka was first. He left LIV. He returned to the PGA Tour. The program has strict rules. Only players who won a major or the players between 2022 and 2025 can use it. That is Koepka. That is Bryson DeChambeau. That is Cameron Smith. That is John Rahm. Almost nobody else qualifies. Hundreds of other players are locked out. The tour calls this punitive. They say there are severe consequences. Koepka has to pay $5 million to charity. He cannot get player equity program money for 5 years. That is from 2026 to 2030. The tour estimates that is $50 to $85 million. He cannot earn FedEx Cup bonus money in 2026. Sounds tough, but players see through it. Koepka got over $100 million to join LIV. He played there for years. He made more money. Now he pays $5 million and gives up equity he never had. He is still way ahead. He used LIV as leverage. He got generational wealth. Then he bought his way back. Players who stayed loyal got nothing. They turned down $20 million offers. They believed in the tour. Now Koepka is back, richer than ever. The meritocracy argument collapses. Tiger Woods tried to defend it. He said Koepka still has to earn his way into signature events. He has to perform. But players do not buy it. The access is unfair. Koepka gets a special path. Loyalists do not. That is not merit. That is privilege. The tour created a tier system. If you are a major champion who left, you can negotiate. If you are anyone else, you are stuck. This feels like favoritism, not justice. Phil Mickelson got excluded on purpose. The program starts in 2022. Mickelson won the PGA Championship in 2021. That does not count. The tour wrote the rule to lock him out. This is not objective. This is personal. Mickelson, Dustin Johnson, and Patrick Reed cannot use this program, but Koepka can. The tour created acceptable defectors and unacceptable ones. That is arbitrary. That fuels the narrative. Monahan is governing by vendetta, not by policy. Mickelson warned about this. He said Monahan bungled the tour defense. He said Monahan refused to innovate until his job was at risk. Now Mickelson looks vindicated. The tour is making up rules as it goes. His reaction was mocking emojis and silence. That says everything. He feels proven right. Tiger Woods got a lifetime exemption. The policy board voted for it. Tiger can play in all signature events. Forever, no matter his performance. Signature events were supposed to be meritocratic. Limited fields, top 50 or 70 players, based on recent play. But Tiger gets a permanent spot. That takes one spot away from qualifying players. In an era of scarcity, one spot matters. It can make or break a career. Tiger also helped write the rule as a player director. He benefits from a rule he helped create. That is a conflict of interest. People tolerate it because he is Tiger, but it adds to the governance unease. The rules are not equal for everyone. Some players have more power, some have less. That divides the locker room. Number 5 is Vijay Singh. Number 4 is Matt Kuchar. Their choices show the divide. The top career money list exemption lets veterans use old earnings to play. It bypasses performance. Vijay Singh is 63. He plays on the Champions Tour now. In 2026, he used this exemption. He entered the Sony Open. He took spots from younger players. Brandel Chamblee criticized this. He said you cannot monetize performances from decades ago. It is anti-meritocratic. It hurts current competitors. Number 4 is Matt Kuchar. He is 47. He lost his full status for the first time in nearly 20 years. He refused to use the same exemption. He could have, but he did not. Kuchar saw it as wrong. Taking a spot from a younger player felt detrimental. He stood for integrity. This shows the split. Singh represents the old guard. Extract maximum value. Use every loophole. Kuchar represents the new reality, the cutthroat tour. Monahan lets these loopholes exist. He preaches scarcity to young players, but he protects fading stars. Players see this. The tour favors legends over the future. That breeds fury. The contrast is stark. One man chooses honor, one man chooses advantage. Both are technically allowed, but only one feels right. Scarcity is everywhere now. Rolapp made it doctrine. To increase product value, you reduce supply. Fewer tournaments, fewer cards, fewer opportunities. The 2026 schedule proves it. The Century Tournament in Hawaii got canceled. Officially, it was watering issues. Players see it as an excuse. The tour cut a low-return event. Full cards dropped from 125 to 100. The middle class got pushed out. They go to the Corn Ferry Tour or International Series. The Sanderson Farms Championship was removed. Playing opportunities in the fall vanished. The signature event model was supposed to help everyone, enrich the top stars. The money trickles down. It did not work. The gap widened. A 50th ranked player in a signature event earns more than a winner of an opposite field event. The rich get richer. The points system makes it nearly impossible for outsiders to break in. The American dream narrative is dead. Keegan Bradley ground through lower tier events to reach the top. That path is gone. Now you need immediate elite performance, or you need an exemption, and exemptions are gated. Scarcity killed upward mobility. The ladder has been pulled up. Young players see this. They know the odds are stacked against them, but they have no choice. They keep grinding. They hope for a miracle. The merger with LIV and PIF is still stuck. The framework agreement was announced in 2023. It is early 2026. Nothing is done. Brian Rolapp admitted he had not spoken to PIF leadership early in his transition. That signals cooling relations. The sport is in suspended animation. Players do not know if reunification is coming or if the split is permanent. The uncertainty is maddening. The LIV threat is still alive financially. The tour keeps spending defensively. Signature events, equity grants, this drains tour resources. The returning member program is a divide and conquer tactic. Peel off LIV stars like Koepka without a full merger. But Jon Rahm and Bryson DeChambeau reportedly rejected the program terms. The tour leverage is limited. Players see Monahan gambling. Their careers are the chips. It is high-stakes geopolitical chicken. Nobody knows how it ends. Players are stuck in limbo. That creates anxiety. That creates anger. Phil Mickelson had a point all along. For years, top players asked for larger purses, guaranteed money, a streamlined schedule. Monahan said it was financially impossible. Then LIV happened. Stars left. Suddenly, the tour found money. $20 million signature events. The Player Impact Program. Mickelson says Monahan rewrote the rules only when his job was at risk. Not to serve the membership, This narrative spread. Even loyalists believe it now. The tour product today has limited fields, no-cut events, massive purses. That is what Mickelson proposed. He got vilified for it. Now the tour copied the model. The Civil War might have been avoidable if Monahan engaged earlier. The fury comes from that realization. The fight was unnecessary. The damage was preventable. But Monahan waited too long. Rory McIlroy is exhausted. He was the staunchest Monahan defender. He spent personal and professional capital defending the tour. Then Monahan blindsided him with the secret PIF framework agreement in 2023. McIlroy calls it moving goalposts. In 2026, it continues. LIV player reintegration keeps shifting. The merger negotiations vacillate. Equipment rules like the golf ball rollback change positions. Monahan supported the rollback despite player opposition. McIlroy and top players feel the rules are rewritten in real time to suit leadership survival, not the sport long-term health. Not. Loyalty feels like a depreciating asset. McIlroy is disillusioned. If he feels this way, imagine the rest. He gave everything. He defended Monahan publicly, he argued with friends, he took heat from fans. And for what? To be blindsided repeatedly. That breaks trust. That breaks loyalty. The PGA Tour is richer than ever. Purses are massive, but unity is gone. The social contract is broken. For decades, the deal was simple. The tour provided playing opportunities. Competition was pure meritocracy. Shoot the scores. Keep your job. That contract is rewritten now. Under Monahan and Rolapp, the tour is a franchise model. Meritocracy is conditional. Tiger is exempt. Koepka bought his way back. Vijay uses a loophole. Competition is manufactured. The Tour Championship is tricked up. Season-long context is stripped for television. Opportunity is scarce. The schedule contracts. Upward mobility pathways narrow. Monahan bungled the LIV crisis management. He did not innovate from strength. He was forced to innovate from weakness. The result is a hybrid system. Nobody is satisfied. Stars feel restricted by moving goalposts. Grinders feel squeezed by scarcity. Legends feel alienated by politics. The rules have been rewritten, but the consensus to govern by them is lost. This is messy. But here's the truth. The sport is in survival mode. Monahan is absorbing blame. He is steering a tour trying to stay whole. The business environment is wartime. The choices are hard. Protect product value or protect open opportunity. You cannot do both perfectly. The tour tried to honor legends. They gave Tiger an exemption. They let Vijay use old earnings. They tried to rebuild unity without a full merger. The returning member program is a structured pathway, not chaos, but it looks unfair. Because it is complicated. The anger is real. Players feel the rules favor stars, not the rank and file. But the reason is bigger than one man. The tour faced an existential threat. LIV forced radical change. Monahan made mistakes. But he also kept the tour alive. The fury exists because people care. They care about fairness. They care about meritocracy. They care about the game. The rules are being rewritten. That is undeniable. But the fight is not over. The tour is trying to survive a crisis it did not create. Monahan is the face of that struggle. He is flawed. He is reactive. But he is navigating a war, and wars are never clean. The PGA Tour in 2026 is broken in some ways, but it is still standing. That matters. The future is uncertain. The players are angry. But the game goes on, and that is the real story. The sport will survive this chaos. It survived other wars. It will adapt. The question is what it becomes on the other side. Will it stay true to its roots, or will it become something else entirely? Time will tell. But right now, the fury is justified. Players have every right to be mad. The rules changed without their full consent. The meritocracy they trusted is fractured. But beneath the anger is hope. Hope that the tour finds its way back. Hope that fairness returns. Hope that the game they love can heal. That hope keeps them fighting. That hope keeps them speaking out. That hope might be what saves the PGA Tour in the end.